Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Black Male Advice TV. I'm your host, Ringo, getting right down to business. Let's go. We have a situation here where you have a bishop, an alleged bishop, named Lamar Whitehead. For whatever reason, it is in the news that this particular false bishop, this wolf in sheep's clothing, right, this money-grubbing preacher, has allegedly had a robbery at his church. That's what they want you to believe. I'm here to tell you that I don't believe the story. I don't believe it one bit. Because number one, when you really think about these kind of people are always looking for a come up. I believe this happened out in Canarsie, Brooklyn, I should say. This guy is supposed to be an ex-convict turned pastor. Right? All he think about is money, bling, bling. And let's not forget the type of car that this guy drive. Oh, yeah. Type of car this guy. Hold on, wait. We don't want to jump to conclusions just yet. Hold on. Let's find that car. Where that car at? Okay, I think I found it. Yeah. He drives a Rolls Royce. Yeah. The pastor of the church. Now, it's so funny to me that, the reason why I don't care about these type of stories and why I don't believe none of this nonsense, how is it that a pastor, right? Let's just explain a couple of things here, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to really listen to me carefully and think logically, right? A lot of you folks, you have been taught the American dream, right? That if you go to college, get an education, that, you get a career, start a business, do all this other stuff, right? But a guy can be an ex-convict, right? Come out of the penitentiary, becomes a pastor, and now he's driving a Rolls Royce. Right? Think about that. Think about how simple that was. No college, no nothing. He didn't have to do anything. All he have to do is just become a preacher. And all of a sudden now he's driving around a Rolls Royce? Are you kidding me? Right? And this is in Brooklyn, mind you. In Brooklyn. So you in Brooklyn, in the hood, right? But you driving around a Rolls Royce, right? And it's not just about the Rolls Royce. It's the whole lifestyle. I mean, come on now. Blonde hair. Look at the designer clothes this guy is wearing in church, mind you. This is what this guy wear. But you want me to believe that he's a bishop from God. You really want me to believe that lie? Are you kidding me? So, bishops in the Bible were walking around with over $400,000 worth of jewelry. Let me explain exactly what's going on here, according to what I believe. I believe that this particular preacher is a false prophet. I believe that he is allegedly committing fraud. I believe that the so-called robbery was an inside job. And I believe that this particular bishop may have allegedly had all of the jewelry in question insured, and they're about to collect. Do you understand me? Listen, I'm telling you how these churches get down. You understand? What pastor preacher walks around in a church where you're supposed to be trying to preach to the lost so they can overcome their sins, but yet you have $400,000 worth of jewelry on in a church service? No. Anyway, y'all, let's get into this particular news clip. Let's do what we gotta do. Hold on a second.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe the copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Let's get into the news brief right now so we can hear this particular story, find out exactly what's going on.
A Brooklyn bishop was robbed at gunpoint in the middle of his Sunday sermon today, and it was all caught on camera. The service was being live streamed this morning when he says 3 to 4 men walked in with guns. He spoke at length with CBS 2's Lisa Rosner about why he believes he was targeted and his message for the suspects.
5 to 10 minutes into preaching Sunday morning on Remsen Avenue in Canarsie, Bishop Lamar Whitehead saw the door in the back of the room kick open.
How many of you have lost your faith because you saw somebody else die what you about to go through? Yo, all right.
I seen.
Now, notice how convenient everything happened. He's preaching a sermon. Everything is being streamed live, right? And his sermon kind of led right up to the climax of when everything took place. Let's rewind that back again and take a look at this, because if you're an investigator, you need to investigate this bishop for possible fraud. So again, if the feds are watching, I suggest that you look into the financial records of this bishop, find out if the jewelry in question was actually insured, because there could be possible fraud being committed here, allegedly. I don't buy the story. In my investigative skills and practices, this doesn't appear to be a robbery. This is Brooklyn. This don't appear to be a real robbery. It appears to be staged. It appears that he knows these particular people. It is very clear and evident that even the people around in the church that is a part of his staff is aware of what's taking place. Maybe the congregants don't know, but at the end of the day, no one is doing the typical movements of when somebody is getting robbed. And he also knew that whoever was trying to rob was coming to him. And another question is why they didn't rob the actual people that was in the church. You know, when people have robberies, everybody getting robbed. Listen. Why would everybody be going to him to rob him, but they're not robbing the actual people that are in the church? Maybe they got jewelry too, money, and so forth. So this is an inside job. This was supposed to happen. It was supposed to take down. And I believe that it's a possible fraud, allegedly, where the jewelry is in question is actually insured and they're going to get a come up on what they spent. It's typical of what happens, especially in an economy with inflation, and these churches are not really making the money the way it's supposed to be, because I don't see how so-called alleged pastor, right, can have over 100 people that are in the church, but yet he's driving around a Rolls Royce and got over 400,000 of jewelry literally walking around in the church in Brooklyn. That doesn't make any sense. Anybody that's from Brooklyn know you don't do that. So I'm not buying the story. But anyway, let's take a listen to this. Let's go. Hold on a second.
Somebody else die.
Listen.
Of the room kick open.
How many of you have lost your faith?
Now, how many of you have lost your faith? Now think about this. His sermon is leading up to something that can possibly make people lose their faith. You see that? You got to peep what's going on, fam. Again, I'm the best in the game when it comes to reactionary videos. I can see through all of these lies, all through the nonsense. This man is lying. This entire thing is staged. I don't believe it one bit. This is not a natural robbery here. Let's go.
Because you saw somebody else die.
Listen.
Of the room kick open.
How many of you have lost your faith? Because you saw somebody else die.
Because you saw someone else die.
What you about to go through. Think about it. What you about to go through is the cue for the men to come into the church. Do you follow me? See that? What you about to go through. That sentence don't even make sense when you really think about it. Let's listen to it again. Listen to what he said and see if about what you're going to go through makes any sense to be a part of that sentence. Let's go.
Of the room kick open.
How many of you have lost your faith because you saw somebody else die what you about to go through?
Wow.
Yo. All right.
I seen.
First of all, where is your faith? And why weren't the Most High there to protect you from getting robbed? See, this is how you know these guys are false. I mean, come on. Like, real talk. If this is supposed to be your leader of your church, he's a straight up coward, fam. Like, real talk. And your security, everybody. So hold up. Y'all got a whole place. Anybody could just walk up,
Walk up inside, y'all don't got no security, no cameras, y'all don't got nothing, right? Some guys just conveniently just walked up in there and just did what they had to do, and it's just that easy, right? That simple, right? Nah, this is an inside job, fam. Let's rewind that back. Take a look at that. Listen, let's go.
Of the room kick open.
How many of you
have
lost your faith
Lost your
because
faith.
you saw somebody else die what you about to go through? Yo, all right. I seen 3 to 4 men come in. I said, all right. It's pretty much stating that I'm not going to do anything, right? Because I know y'all coming for me. Y'all coming straight to me. I don't want my parishioners hurt, right? I got women and children there. As I got down, one went to my wife and took all her jewelry and had the gun in front of my 8-month-old baby's face.
Notice how he put that. He said one took the wife's jewelry and the other one had a gun to a baby's face. See how he put in that? Now, what that's designed to do is trigger the emotions. Now, look at that guy on the left side of the screen. How calm he's just sitting there, just going with the program, not moving around. Check it out. Look at this. Hold on a second. Wait. I kind of moved it out of the way. Hold on.
I said, all right. It's pretty much stating that I'm not going to do anything, right? Because I know y'all coming for me.
So you knew they were coming for you, right? You knew exactly who they were, right? Because they're a part of your crew, allegedly.
Y'all coming straight to me.
Remember, this guy's an ex-criminal. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, the street life is always in him. Let's go.
I don't want my parishioners hurt, right? I got women and children there.
He's acting like he's concerned about women and children when he's not.
As I got down, one went to my wife and took all her jewelry and had the gun in front of my 8-month-old baby's face.
You see that? Check it out.
Took off my bishop's ring, my wedding band.
They took off your bishop's ring and your wedding band. Right? Your bishop's ring and your wedding band, but they didn't rob nobody else in the church, right? Nah, they didn't want to rob them, so they just did that to you, right? Okay.
And took off my bishop's chain, and then I had chains underneath my robe.
So all these chains you have on while you preaching, conveniently, all these chains is under your robe, right? I don't get it. Like, why do you have these chains on in the church during a live stream while you're supposed to be preaching to the people? Conveniently. Because this is an alleged inside job. That's why.
He started tapping my neck to see if anything else. So that means they knew.
They knew? You mean you knew?
They watched and they knew that I have other jewelry.
The church's live stream shows the gun being held on the pastor.
They had the guns on my deacons that was at the door.
Whitehead says what you don't see on camera are around 100 congregants who were in the room. Men, women, and children dropped to the floor in silence.
And none of them got robbed? Really? So only the pastor and his wife get robbed. But the congregants don't get robbed? Fam, that's not a robbery, fam. It's not. We're talking about Brooklyn. If they're robbing you, they're robbing everybody. Everybody getting robbed. This is an inside job, fam. Trust me. They want you to believe that this incident had something to do with the fact that this guy had something to do with some other guy getting arrested or something like that. Sort of like he told the police or whatever, or talked the guy into surrendering himself or something like that, allegedly. So whatever the thing is, they trying to make it seem like that has some ties to it. But no, if this was some issue over some beef or something that somebody snitched or something like that, this guy wouldn't even exist anymore. The fact that this dude is known in the streets, the fact that this dude is popular in the hood, right? It speaks volumes to the fact that this is an inside job. You understand? This is possible fraud. Again, if the feds are viewing the video, you need to investigate this particular preacher's finances and find out about the jury, more about the insurance claims that can possibly be, I guess, in effect, because I believe wholeheartedly that the jury was insured, and basically they're going to get more money because of a possible robbery. Trust and believe that, fam. It happens all the time. People out here are very, very wicked.
My church is traumatized.
Your church is not traumatized because we know that it was an inside job. I know it was, allegedly. Let's go.
The women and children are still crying.
But what about the men? They're not crying? See, again, they say certain things to get your emotions. The women and the children are still crying. Why would they still be crying? They ain't get robbed. Why would the women and children be crying? They did not get robbed. You're the one who got robbed. Your story not adding up. Nobody put guns to them. Nobody did anything to them. Remember, the news said they were laying on the floor. So how are they traumatized? You're the one who's supposed to be traumatized. Why you didn't say your woman or your wife is traumatized? What about the baby being traumatized? I'm not buying nothing this guy say. This guy is a liar and he's a false prophet.
Still crying. Babies are still crying.
Babies are still crying? Really? You want me to believe they're still crying right now? No. We're talking about Brooklyn, fam. In Brooklyn, people, listen, let me tell you something. Anybody that's from Brooklyn got tough skin, fam. Listen, everybody know about the streets. Ain't nothing new. Ain't nobody scared of nobody in Brooklyn. Like, real talk, we've been through everything in Brooklyn, man. Ain't nothing. We see things happening, man. We walk right by. I'm serious, fam. There could be a dead body right on the floor. Nobody care. Nobody, like, seriously. It's not alarming. So I don't know what they mean by everybody traumatized. Up in Canarsie, get out of here, fam. Everybody always talking about Canarsie being like a nice area in Brooklyn. Canarsie is the hood, fam. The hood. Everything over there is hooded out. Crime, all sorts of things up there, fam. Out of here with that mess. Anyway, let's go.
Police say the men took off in a white Mercedes. Whitehead says cops have a license plate and witnesses saw the men change clothes outside.
Really?
These men, they need to turn themselves in. I forgive you, and I'm praying for you.
Really?
You know, and I hope that God deliver you from...
You forgive them and claim you're praying for them and you hope God forgive them? Really?
the mindset of who you are.
No, you need to repent from what you're doing, because I sense that this is a possible fraud.
At this time,
Whitehead believes his family was targeted because of the publicity he received when he helped turn in the suspect wanted in the fatal subway shooting of 48-year-old Daniel Enriquez in May.
I turned them in, but the media called me the bling bling bishop. They had my Rolls Royce car all over everywhere.
Your Rolls Royce car. Interesting. Notice he said his Rolls Royce, fam. His Rolls Royce car. Where that car at, fam? Well, we'll put it up a little later, fam. I already showed it in the beginning if you didn't see. But anyway, let's go.
I feel that played the part in this. I think all pastors should be able to get permits for pistols.
You believe every pastor should have permits to get pistols? Really? Where was your God to protect you, fam? See, the first thing I want to know is, where was God? Why the Most High was it? Because the Most High is not at your church. Why? Because he's not in you. Period. And I'm not saying that you can't have a weapon. I believe everybody should bear arms at the end of the day. But even if you guys had guns, y'all still was going to get robbed. What are y'all going to do? Open fire in the church? Really? No. They knew who you were because you know them, brother. Allegedly. I'm not buying this, fam. Listen. Listen. These people are liars, bro. Liars.
The NYPD is investigating, and Whitehead says the mayor and top police brass have called him, pledging support to find the suspects. Fortunately, no one was hurt. In Canarsie, Brooklyn, Lisa Rosner, CBS 2 News.
In Canarsie, Brooklyn, so much for a so-called nice neighborhood. Canarsie, Brooklyn is full of criminals, fam. First criminal is the so-called pastor. You know what I mean? This is crazy, fam. And he got ties to the so-called, what is this, the mayor guy? I'm telling you, man, this is just all bad, man, all around bad.
In a statement, a spokesperson for Mayor Adams said, quote, "No one in this city should be the victim of an armed robbery, let alone our faith leaders and congregants worshiping in a house of God."
House of God? You mean the house of the devil? That was not the house of God. Trust me, if that was God's house, he would have cleaned up shop. Make sure you get the likes up on the video, fam. It's the best reactionary channel on YouTube. Nobody does a better investigative job than me, fam. Nobody. Let's go.
The NYPD is investigating this crime and will work tirelessly to bring the criminals involved to justice.
Bring them into justice. The criminal is allegedly the pastor.
A Brooklyn...
Real talk, fam. When you think about this whole story, fam, it's all an inside job. But I got some more for you. Let's go. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Let's make sure we get this audio good. I don't know if it's on. Hold on. Oh, I didn't put it on yet. Hold on. That's what it is. I didn't put the audio up. Hold on. All right. Here we go. Let's hear what this so-called bishop got to say. Fair use. Fair use.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
How long is this video for, man?
How y'all doing?
Because I didn't even watch the video yet, to tell you the truth.
How is everybody doing?
Video look like it's 1 hour and 10 minutes. I don't got time. I really don't. Let me see if I can fast forward it.
I don't put all of my business out, but, you know, we are a young, thriving ministry that, you know, we connect with not only the church, but we connect with the streets.
Yeah, you definitely connect with the streets. Alleged inside job.
We connect with
Let's rewind it back a little bit. Maybe we missed some info.
From the mayor of New York all the way down to people just in regular streets, all the chiefs of police. I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity to
get to the point, bro.
As I was preaching.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
I was troubled with a phone call. And I just want to let y'all know how the devil moves so y'all understand. I was troubled with a phone call that there were speculations that there were guns in my church. And I had to have my attorney go handle that and deal with that.
Really?
I don't know if this is connected, but it is what it is. And a few weeks later today, you know, we were in church during morning service.
In the pimp house.
And as I was preaching, I seen 3 to 4 armed men come in. And I just told my church, because see, when you're a shepherd, right, you have to lead your sheep.
Really?
You have to lead your sheep and you have to protect your sheep.
Protect?
When I seen the armed men come in, you know, it was specifically for me. It was specifically for me and of course my wife. And when I seen them come into the sanctuary with their guns, I told everybody, get out. Everybody just get out.
You didn't tell them that. You lying.
I didn't know if they wanted to shoot the church.
He didn't tell everybody to get down. He's lying. We saw the video. You didn't tell everybody to get down. You got down. You was the first to get down. You was scared. You talking about you're a shepherd and your job is to protect the sheep. Really? There's a scripture for you, fam. It talks about how when these false shepherds, how when calamity and stuff come, that the shepherd literally flee and leave the flock by themselves. You're that same shepherd, you false bishop.
Or if they were just coming for a robbery. And they were all black men. And
how convenient.
They had masks, but I can see their face. And they came in and...
So they all had masks, but you could see their face. So now you know that you're telling the public that you know how they look.
They took all of my wife's jewelry and took all of my jewelry.
Interesting. They took all of your wife's jewelry and all your jewelry with her blonde hair. And they didn't rob nobody else? I want to hear this part, fam. Did they rob anybody else in the church?
And then they left.
So they left. So they didn't rob nobody else. Fam, you cannot make this up, fam. You really can't. I'm telling you. Again, get the likes up on the video. Nobody on YouTube is covering this story like me. Nobody. Everybody's just trying to make a quick video, but nobody's bringing any sort of knowledge and understanding to what's going on. This guy is a fraud. His so-called robbery in the church is allegedly an inside job at the end of the day, fam. I don't want to hear nothing else. You understand? Real talk. I can guarantee you they probably got insurance.
However, these young men didn't know that cameras were on. And
of course they knew cameras was on. Listen, this is an inside job, allegedly. Every so-called building, church, everywhere has cameras. Everybody has cameras. Y'all filming, y'all live streaming. I mean, you don't think they knew? Because you knew who they was, allegedly. Let's go.
We know what car you was driving. They was driving in a white Mercedes CLA Benz. We know what car you're driving in.
So you snitching on the guys now. You realize that you in the same hood? Do you realize that you're a target? This is how I know it's an inside job. Y'all know these people, fam.
And we also know that you switched your clothes in the car because I ran after them.
You ran after them, fam. You were on the floor. You were bucket scared. Ran after. Why would you run after people that got guns? You see how this dude trying to act like he hood now?
When they turned the guns and went down, I ran after them. When I seen them across the street, going to get in the car, I didn't have my car keys. So I told them to get my car keys and I drove to run after them.
You drove to go after them? So you jumped in your Rolls Royce, right? Playing police, right? You have all this energy after you got robbed, as if though you were a hero. But while you were in the church, you weren't running after them. So they had the guns in the church. Don't you think they still got the guns outside, fam? You lying. You lying. You soft. You soft, bruh. You soft. Your story is weak.
Beholding me, I had drove by them, but we know that they changed clothes and they took the masks off. So I want to be straight with you guys, right? Everybody that know me from the streets.
Everybody that know you from the streets, because you're known in the streets. You're an ex-convict. You're an ex-criminal. So everybody know you from the streets. So why would anybody rob a known man that's from the hood, that's a criminal? Why would anybody rob that man? You're not making sense. Let me tell you something, fam. Let me tell you something about Brooklyn. If you got brothers that are in these streets, right, that put in any work, any brothers that been criminals in and out of the pen, any sort of way like that, and they OGs or older cats, they got certain levels of respect in the hood. Even the younger brothers, they know about them, even if they didn't grow up with them. It's just a certain type of thing in Brooklyn that cats know. So dudes ain't gonna try you like that, especially in your own hood. So if your church is in that area and people pull up in that area, then that mean people in that area rob you. That mean the people who rob you most likely know you, fam. Your story is whack. I'm telling you, this is an alleged inside job. Facts. Let's go.
Y'all know who I am. And if you have any information, inbox me, because I'd rather them turn themselves in, right? Because all of the material things, and it was hundreds of thousands of dollars in jewelry that was taken from me. And I say hundreds of thousands of dollars. And they knew it because they've been watching.
Notice hundreds of thousands of dollars of jewelry while he's in a church preaching to the congregation. Fam, if you can't see false prophet, false teacher, wolf in sheep's clothing, I don't know what else to tell you. You know what I mean? This guy is clearly Boule, 501c3 certified. This guy is fully with Satan, fam. Serious.
And we know more than y'all think we know already. But those are all material things.
See, this dude is not really a pastor. This dude is still a criminal. He's just using the guise of pastor to hide behind his criminality. Let's go.
And I know that, I seen a blogger posted, the bishop that wears a lot of diamonds was robbed.
Why you worrying about the bloggers for, fam? Why you online watching the bloggers? What you doing? Is this a publicity stunt? You worrying about what bloggers are saying? Fam, you is a false prophet, and I hope you get investigated. I hope the feds check the financial records and find out what's really going down. Because if you had that jewelry insured, fam, and the feds find out, I'm telling you, you're going to go down for fraud. Because I can tell you, based on what I'm seeing, this is an inside job, allegedly. Let's go.
And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, why are you so flashy? It's not about me being flashy.
Yes, it is. It's about you being flashy in church. You a fraud, and you're vain and full of vanity. Let's go.
About me purchasing what I want to purchase.
Purchasing what you want to purchase? Did the Messiah have flashy jewelry in church? Driving around Rolls Royces? Are you kidding me? Listen, this guy's a false prophet, man. He's in the business of church. That's how they make money, bruh. Let's go.
And it's my prerogative to purchase what I want to purchase. If I worked hard for it, I can purchase what I want.
You work hard for it, preaching? Really? You worked? You ain't working nowhere. What are you talking about? You busy stealing the people money.
Want to purchase. And
it's funny how all these pastors are riding around in Rolls Royces and wearing designer clothes and bling bling. But the people who come to the church, they have to use a skateboard to go to work and ride a bike to church with their kids inside the attachment wagon that you put on a bicycle.
The bloggers are going to blog.
That's right. We definitely going to blog.
Media has been calling me already. It hurts me because...
Hurts you? It ain't nothing hurting you but your pride.
My church is hurt. The women and children that was in my church, my daughter, she's traumatized right now. She's
traumatized, fam. If you from Brooklyn, you ain't traumatized, bro. Stop. If you from the hood, you ain't traumatized. I don't want to hear that. Ain't nobody traumatized in Brooklyn. Everybody smoked out and drinked out. I don't want to hear that. The hood is literally sleeping zombies.
There was not even talking because of that experience. They had the gun in my 8-month-old face.
How many times you gonna say that? You really want to garner emotions from people, right? You really want us to believe that some robber put a gun by a baby, right? Listen, even the most cold-hearted criminal have enough character not to do that. You're lying, bruh. That goes against street code and character and ethics. Even robbers know not to put no gun by no baby, fam. You're lying. I don't want to hear that. You sensationalizing the story. Show the video of a gun being placed on a baby. Show it. You can't.
The women of my ministry, my wife, everybody's traumatized, right? Me.
What about the men? Why they weren't crying?
I grew up in these streets. I understand the streets.
You understand the streets, but you didn't know the streets enough not to wear jewelry so you don't get robbed? Really? You know the streets? Fam, inside job, allegedly.
Understand the rules of the streets. That's why I got out of the streets. But that's how I understand how to communicate with the streets. And these young men that did that,
they don't respect you if they did that. And if you're really about the streets and from the streets, they would know who you are. Obviously, you don't have no cred. This is how I know it's an inside job. Fam, this is an inside job. This dude know those cats, fam. Listen, if you a dude that used to be in the streets and you did a bid or whatever the case is, and you know the streets, you're an OG in the streets, it doesn't matter how many youngins is coming up in the game. They already recognize who you are. They know you a street dude that turned pastor and you got your own church there and you a family man. Ain't nobody gonna disrespect that from the streets, bro. Nobody gonna disrespect that. Listen, I'm giving you real game here. If you from Brooklyn, nobody gonna disrespect that. If you know a dude was a street dude, he did a bid, did some crimes, he did what he had to do, paid his debt to society, turned a new leaf in life. Now he became a pastor, but he's still cool with the streets. He repped the streets. He been doing things for the hood. Ain't nobody gonna try that, brother. Why? They respect him, fam, at the end of the day. So nobody gonna try that. So for anybody to try to pull up on this cat to rob him, it's because they don't respect him. That means he's not really blinging in the hood like that, the way he make himself out to be. That's how I know it's an inside job. These dudes know him. You know what I mean? They know him and allegedly plotted and planned this whole entire thing out so they could get that bread, fam, possible insurance claims or other reasons. There's a lot of things that could go through with this. They could possibly get moved. They could possibly get another church in another location. There's all sorts of things you can get through a 501c3 church, fam, especially if the jewelry and whatnot is under some sort of, some sort of insurance or under some sort of, I don't know all the logistics or different legalities of how certain people put stuff, but some people make investments in jewelries and homes and it's not even in their name. It's possibly in an LLC or different other types of things. And they're able to make certain claims on these things. So ain't no telling what this guy can get out of this. Possible relocation, new funding, all sorts of outpouring from the community, GoFundMes. There's so much money to be made off of stuff like this, especially when other ministries find out about this. Man, I tell you, the fraud is really deep. The rabbit hole goes deep on this one, fam. Seriously.
The Bible says in Psalms 105, I just need to just put scripture to this. In Psalms 105 and 15, it says, touch not my anointing.
Touch not my
and
anointing.
do my prophet no harm.
Fam, you are not a prophet of God. I'm sorry, but you're not a prophet of God. Stop. Prophets in the Bible were protected by the Most High.
I want y'all to understand.
No, I want you to understand. I want you to understand, bruh. I'm one of the Most High's prophets. That's why I'm making this video exposing you. You understand? You're a false teacher, bruh. You quoting scriptures, but you ain't have no protection. You lying. Most High not with you.
The Bible also says in Joshua chapter 6.
Bro, you claim to be a bishop, but you reading scriptures about a prophet.
Verses 15 through 18. God told Joshua, I'm going to deliver Ai in your hands, but don't touch the treasure. Don't touch the accursed thing. Don't touch the accursed thing.
Fam, stop quoting and misusing scripture. None of those verses have anything to do with the fact that you allegedly got robbed. So stop.
If you touch the accursed thing, you will surely die. In chapter 7, some of his team had touched something that they wasn't supposed to touch.
So you want us to believe that the robbers touch your jewelry, so that mean they touched the accursed thing? Fam, I could read right through you, bro. When I tell you this guy's a manipulator, he's a liar, fam. Let's go.
And the whole camp of Israel was cursed. When I laid down on the floor, when the young men came and put the gun to my back, as y'all see on the video, they took my watch, took my jewelry, took my bishop's ring, took my wedding band. They took my bishop's cross. And then I had my other...
Notice all these bishops' crosses, rings. Don't you know the Bible don't promote none of that? You wearing all of these pagan symbols on your body? Really? You tripping, fam.
Chains underneath my my shirt. And he tapped my back to see, because he knew. Because I know they were sent. And
sent by who? Sent by yourself, allegedly? Think about it, fam.
He ripped my collar off.
You mean he popped your collar?
Just to get to my jewelry. I need y'all to understand who I am in the body of Christ. I don't care if you don't like me.
You're a false prophet. I can see who you are. I don't even have to know who you are. I know you're a false prophet. You don't got no protection from the Most High. Most High don't even know your name, bro.
Everybody's not going to like you. But
this has nothing to do with anybody liking you or not. I just know that you're a false prophet.
When you are anointed by God, when you are appointed by God, God will avenge. I don't have to do anything. God will avenge.
Why do you want God to avenge? I thought you said it's just material items. You see how this guy's a hypocrite?
That's why we know what car you're in, and that's why we already know what you look like. And
if you know what they look like, that means you talking to the police, right? Y'all got the artist right there. He's doing the sketches, and he already done. So all the cameras in the street didn't catch the license plate where the car turned. Listen, with all the cameras throughout all these streets, there should be a clear roadmap of where these criminals went. That's why I don't understand that when there's crimes, how come nobody get caught? If all of these stores and bodegas have cameras on them, then when the car make a left or a right, there's cameras and timestamps of where these people go. This is why I believe all these things are inside jobs and they just let it rock out.
As I was driving, as I left church, they had roadblocks up. You want to know why? Because Bishop Whitehead is somebody out here. All of the chiefs are looking for you.
Wow, you see the pride and the arrogance? He said Bishop White is somebody out here. He said all the chiefs out there. You see the arrogance of this man? He think he's somebody. See, this is why I don't trust none of these preachers and pastors and all these false prophets. They be tied in with the NYPD. They be tied in with all the snitch groups. They be tied in even with the streets in terms of setting people up. getting people robbed, getting people murked. That's how it be in these streets, fam. You can't trust these churches, bruh.
The NYPD is searching for you. To run inside of a church where all we doing is praising the Lord.
You ain't praising the Lord. You blinging out and ripping the people off.
Right? You can't say I'm gangster this, gangster that.
You acting gangster right now. You acting like the police is a part of your gang. I thought you supposed to be believing and trusting in God.
In the church, I'm preaching. Right? If this would have happened on another setting, then, it's still wrong, but it is what it is. But to come into a church.
Basically, he's saying if this happened in another setting, he would have had the burner on him. You know what I'm saying? And being that the dude is from Brooklyn or whatever, preaching Brooklyn, we know he got the burner somewhere. But y'all didn't get the drop on the guys. Because y'all know the guys. Yeah. Make sure you get the likes up on the video. Best reactionary channel on YouTube. Ain't nobody doing a thorough investigative job, fam. Let's go.
And to traumatize young women and children.
What about men? So the men are not traumatized? So it was only women in your church, I guess, right?
Children are still crying. I just wanted this. The children are still crying.
Yeah, White. He lying.
Right?
He lying.
The women are still crying.
That's a lie.
Right?
That's a lie.
My wife is crying.
Yeah, whatever.
You did this to the church.
To the church? No, he did that to you. It's your jewelry that's gone. The so-called criminals didn't rob the people in the church, so they didn't do nothing to the church. You're a liar, and you're a false prophet. I can see right through you, fam.
The church where I'm sure your grandmother praised God and praised Jesus. The church where I'm sure that you've been to funerals for your loved ones, because in order to live a life like that, I'm sure you have friends. I'm sure you have friends that have died to gun violence. Y'all brought guns in the church.
He trying to sound all sentimental like he's an activist for the hood, fam. I'm telling you, fam, do not believe a word this guy say. He is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Don't believe the hype, fam. I'm telling you, mark my words. I have an eye for this type of stuff. This guy is false.
To do harm and to take something from a man of God and a woman of God.
You're not a woman of God and you're not a man of God at the end of the day. None of you. You're just criminals in the church.
And
Cat got your tongue or something? Dude is mad.
I've been out in these streets a long time.
Now he acting gangster now.
Nobody never take nothing from me.
You see the gangster coming out now? I thought this man was a man of the Lord. Sounds to me like this man is a criminal. Sounds to me like he got some sort of ill will intent right now. Sounds like he have a issue with the criminals. Sounds to me like he gonna go gather up the troops and get the streets popping. Right? Let's go. Don't trust none of these pastors, fam. I'm telling you, they all criminals. Check it out.
I went to prison illegally.
Why are you talking about you went to prison for, fam? This is how I know you a fraud. No one should ever trust you. By the pure fact that you're talking about prison and this and that, it's like you're trying to establish some sort of street cred, fam. When them dudes roll up in the church, you hit the ground real quick because you soft, bro. Real talk. That's how I know this is an inside job. You're not fooling nothing on me. If you really from the streets and you really about that life, you fell on that floor so quick once you saw the burner. Why? Because you not about that life. So don't start acting gangster now. Real talk, man. You gotta call this thing for what it is, fam. Don't start that gangster talk now. Don't start talking about when you went to prison now. When them dudes came up in the church, you hit that floor quick. And nobody in your church was gangster. Nobody had no burners. Everybody just was cooperating. You know what I mean? And nobody else in the church got robbed. That's how I know this is an inside job. When dudes really try to pull up and they go up to do a jukes, everybody getting robbed. Ain't no mercy. Everybody running them pockets. Everybody wallets is coming out. Real talk.
They sentenced me to 11 and a third to 34 years. Ain't nobody take nothing from me.
That's how I know it's an inside job, because if you're well known in the streets, if you're known in the hood, then nobody ain't gonna do nothing to you, because again, there's a certain level of respect, that certain level of code where other crimes would happen in the hood, but nobody ain't gonna touch you. Why? Because they know you're off limits. The hood already done spoke. The streets already talking. Everybody already done said, yo, when it comes to Bishop, hey, all hands, yo, don't bother this dude here. He's a stand-up dude. He from the streets. You know what I mean? The hood already done know. All the young brothers already know. That's the way it is in the hood. They already done know. Listen, there's certain people in the hood that the thugs and the goons, they know they're not supposed to touch them. They're off limits. If y'all want to go rob somebody, y'all rob somebody outside the hood somewhere else. But in the hood, you can't really do that type of stuff. It goes against street code, fam. So you lying. You know those people, fam. Inside job, allegedly. I'm calling it out.
I was around every gangster.
Bruh.
Murderers.
We don't care who you was around. You trying to use that to add some sort of value like you still. Which one are you? You for the Most High or you for the streets? This is why I don't buy all this street life, gangster talk, all this nonsense. You can never trust a bishop, pastor, anybody that's trying to sound like he gonna gain some sort of cred based on the things you did in your past. The Bible says, let those things go. If you were once whatever you were in the past, that's the past. Moving on and pressing towards the mark. You a false bishop, fam. You're false. I can see right through you. The tree is known by his fruit. You're false. Everybody get the likes up on the video, fam. I provide the best content on YouTube. Let's go. Let's go. Real talk.
Robbers, gang members. Ain't nobody never take nothing from me.
That's how I know it's an inside job, bruh. You're not fooling me, fam. You're not fooling me. I'm from the streets too. I know what's going on. You know what I mean? I know people in the hood. I know people in the streets. If you really from the streets, people know who you are. Ain't nobody gonna run up in your church, bruh. You lying. Just admit it. You had alleged insurance on the jewels, man. Nobody gonna have that kind of jewelry and not have it insured, bruh. Nobody gonna have that. You want that insurance money, man. Y'all about to get paid, fam. I could just imagine they went and filed for the insurance, man. They had to do what they got to do, man. And they probably gave them brothers that did the jokes, hit them off with a few dollars, and it is what it is. Seriously.
And y'all wait till I have a collar on.
Wow.
In the pulpit, preaching the word of God.
See what he's saying? Now think about what he's doing right here. He's basically trying to act tough by saying, y'all wait for me to put on a collar, to be in the church preaching, to pull up. In other words, y'all ain't pull up when I ain't have this on. Y'all ain't pull up when I was in these streets. That's basically what he's doing. He's boasting at this point. He's feeling himself at this point.
Preaching deliverance. And y'all can't talk about the white man because it was black men.
Now he's trying to act all sentimental. In other words, it wasn't the white man that robbed me. It was black men that robbed you.
You can't talk about the white man. That's why I'm colorblind.
You see that? In other words, he's a sellout. That's basically what he's saying right there, that he's a sellout, he's a puppet, and he's bought and paid for. Let's go.
I'm not racist.
It's not about being racist. It's about recognizing what society is really about. Ain't nobody liking us as a people. No ethnic groups really like black people. They don't. They don't. And that's just the truth. And for him to say that and try to make it a race issue, and oh, it was black people that did this. It wasn't white people. What are you trying to prove? Who paid you? What are you trying to prove? Who behind you kissing at this point?
You can't talk about the white man, y'all.
You see this? You see what he's doing right there?
It was our own young brothers.
Wow.
And they pointed me out. They said, it's him right there.
See that? So they already done knew who this brother was. They already done knew what it was, fam. And listen, this is all up for speculation at this point. It's either an inside job or this dude got really robbed. It's one or the other. I don't believe he personally got robbed. I believe the first instinct that it's an inside job. But let's just say it was a real job, real jokes. This dude they know who he was, and they knew he had the jewelry on. That means it could still be an inside job where his own parishioners, his own people, his own staff in the church lined him up. Facts.
It's so hard being a black man.
Wow.
It's so hard. So hard being a black man. I turned in the young man who killed the innocent man, or who allegedly killed the innocent man on the Q train.
You didn't turn him in. You talked to him to give up himself. You're a fraud. So stop all this nonsense about you turned him in trying to be a hero.
About a month and a half ago, 2 months. And all they talked about in the media was my car. And so much bad press. Oh, the bling, bling bishop, the bishop.
Well, you're driving around a Rolls Royce and you're trying to stand out, but you're mad that people's talking about it. You're not making any sense. There's video of you flexing in your so-called cars, literally with the top down, rolling through the streets in Brooklyn, flexing. But yet, you acting like nobody don't supposed to talk about that.
The Rolls Royce. But nobody looked at that I stopped. If this young man did what they say he did, I stopped a murderer off the street.
So you want a brownie point for that, fam? That's what you want?
And I also stopped a young black man that get killed for less, not be killed. And they plaster me all over the media. And then what they do is they capitalize off of me being illegally incarcerated. They don't talk about that, but they talk about my criminal background.
But you just finished talking about how you were in the hood and you were with this criminal and that criminal. You talk about that. You're playing yourself.
Which was that's my only felony I ever had. And they utilized that to destroy my character. And to hear the different preachers and the different bishops and the different
don't forget the bloggers. We know bloggers too.
Prophets and all the different pastors that talk about me because of my ministry. It's so hard being a black man out here. So hard.
So
and
hard.
Then to have
so hard, and you're walking around with Gucci and all this other stuff and driving Rolls Royce, but it's hard to be a black man out here. Okay, whatever you say.
3 or 4 young black men to come into my church with guns, where I would help them. Everybody in these streets know when they get in trouble or if they need help, they call me. The streets call me. I go anywhere and everywhere. Nothing happens to me. But then you come into my church on Sunday morning when we're trying to get the word of God. So I want to thank everybody that called me, all the bishops that's been calling me, pastors, everybody that's been calling me.
I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
Information, because we got a lot of information already. But anybody that have any information, inbox me.
So you want people to snitch now? I thought that goes against the streets. Okay.
The streets know Bishop Whitehead. And they know I look out. They know that I'm loyal. They know that I'm real. And it's funny that some people out here are going to be glad because they feel that It's flashy. They feel this, they feel that. And that's all right.
If that's all right, don't speak on it.
But I thank God for blessing me. And
it's interesting how God is blessing you, but he's not blessing none of the people in the church. Nobody in the church is riding around in Rolls Royces or have bling and Gucci and Prada and all this other stuff. They don't got that. Right? But you're the only one that's blessed.
Thank God for giving me another opportunity to praise him. And come with guns in the middle of service. What God is going to do to y'all is above my pay grade.
So you just finished saying that you want God to forgive them and do X, Y, and Z, but now you said what God is going to do to them? This guy lied. He want God to kill him, fam. This is sad, bro. I thought you said you want to save them, that you could help them. You ain't trying. You don't sound like a guy that want to help them.
So I want to thank everybody for the prayers.
I don't want to hear all this mess.
Get off, but I just want to let everybody understand what goes on out in Brooklyn, right? I'm not a person from the suburbs. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from the city. I understand the streets. Amen. I understand the streets. And this bishop, I ain't scared. And let me tell you something, devil, I'm going to preach harder.
Hold up. He said he ain't scared, but when they came in, he hit that floor quick. He was scared, all right. Because, when you see that gun speak language that you can understand. It's funny how when you see the gun, you know how to get down, fam. Isn't that interesting? Guns can talk, too. Guns will tell you, hit that floor, bro.
And I'm going to keep pushing. And I'm going to keep preaching the gospel. And whoever don't like it, don't like it. That's on them. Period, point blank. This time was already coming. And we made it through. And that's just what it is. But I ain't never scared. I ain't never scared. And I'm not up here being boastful or talking bad about nobody. That's not me.
That's exactly what you're doing, bro. That's exactly what you're doing. Because it would be better for you to just keep your mouth closed and don't speak. Like, seriously. All you're doing is just digging yourself in a deeper hole. Like, real talk. Anyway, let's go.
But to have these women and children crying, still traumatized.
Let's move it forward.
Because at the end of the day, I'm here. And obviously, God has me here for a purpose. He has me here for a purpose. And I want to thank my church. Before I thank my church, I want to thank my wife. I want to thank my wife, First Lady.
I'm so tired of when they say First Lady this and First Lady that. Ain't nowhere in the Bible does it say that. Like, real talk.
I know that she's going through it right now, and she's very traumatized, and she's very upset.
I don't want to hear none of this.
That was just the church. All right. Y'all got that one. But I ain't never been scared.
Let's rewind it back a little bit.
And one of my other adjutants that I assigned to my wife, she cried because she said I couldn't protect Bishop. So
let me get this straight. You crying? Why would a woman be trying to protect her husband? It's not her job. You were supposed to have the burner. And your so-called security wasn't doing their job. I thought they were supposed to lay down their lives for the shepherd.
All right. All right. Y'all got that one. But I ain't never been scared. Never been scared.
Fam, you brought this on yourself. I don't feel sorry for you one bit. Listen, let me tell you something about the streets, fam. Let me tell you something about the hood. Dudes in the hood is hungry. Dudes in the hood is struggling. There's no loyalty in the hood. Even though certain people might show a little love, a little respect here and there, at the end of the day, the hood is the hood. That's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? And if you out here blinging, driving around in a Rolls Royce, and a couple of dudes is hungry out here, best believe they're going to line you up. And I can guarantee you got lined up by your own people, period. It's most likely somebody inside your church that lined you up. It's either this is an inside job for an insurance claim, or you got lined up by somebody that is very close to you. That's the way it is. Nobody's just going to walk up in the church and just do whatever they got to do. They know the layout. They know who's there. They got a text message. They probably say, yo, guys, come down right now. Right now is the best time to come in. Either way, this is one or the other, fam. Let's go. You deserve what you got.
And to see my church crying, being traumatized, because y'all want to come into a church, no problem. That was just the church.
Somebody give this guy an Emmy for his performance. I guess that's what he's looking for. Let's fast forward it.
That are going to talk bad about me, woe unto you. It's all good.
Hold on. You said people that's going to talk bad about you. Let me rewind that back. Let me see if you're talking about me.
I ain't worried about it. Felt the force. I felt the force today. I felt the demonic force. The thing that I've been teaching about. The very thing that I've been teaching about. And we're on 5 a.m. prayer every single morning. Every single morning we're on 5 a.m. prayer. And we're believing God. We're believing God and we're thanking God for a new season. Don't be afraid in this season. Follow your shepherd in this season. Follow your shepherd. And the ones that are going to talk bad about me, woe unto you.
Fam, I'm going to always talk about you, fam. And I ain't scared of you or nobody. I'm with the Most High Yah. And ain't a damn thing y'all can do to me. Real talk. You understand? I'm in these streets. And I'm a prophet. And I'm a real truth brother. A brother that stands for truth, a brother that stands for integrity and righteousness. You got robbed because you got played. You thought you could be out here blinging it up in the hood and nobody ain't gonna try you. Well, you got exactly what you deserve. Only an idiot walks around with $400K worth of jewelry. You a clown.
It's all good. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it because I ain't trying to hear the noise. I ain't trying to hear the noise. I'm not trying to hear the noise. So thank y'all. Thank you.
Let's fast forward.
And what I want y'all to take out of this, that God, come on, brother. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on a second, y'all. I'm just getting a phone call and it's stopping.
$400,000 car, jewelry, but you don't got a system set up to do your shows. Bruh. You're boring my viewers, fam.
Hold on
Seriously.
a second. Facebook is just stopping on Instagram.
Come on, bro. Let me fast forward this mess.
So I'm going to get off. I just wanted Instagram to come back on because, it was technical difficulty. Somebody called. Eyes, they stood. Boy, I tell you. They stood. They still stood tall. I just really have to just talk about that, man, about the women of my church. Oh, man.
You keep upholding these women, but I don't hear you talking about none of the brothers. The hell is going on at your church?
Post it. Stop scamming the church. Right? It's so many hateful people in this world. And you can't pay attention to them. There's so many.
Let me rewind that back.
So, to every preacher that's under my ministry, to every deaconess, to every usher.
Deaconess? What? Yo, it's crazy, fam. It's crazy, bruh.
Thank you.
Come on, man. Get to the point, bruh.
You see, there's so many idiots in this world. Someone just posted, stop scamming the church. Right? It's so many hateful people in this world.
Let's stop for a second here. Somebody posted, stop scamming the church. And he says, there are so many hateful people in this world. Do you see that? Do you see how you just questioning the integrity of this pulpit pimp? And he called it hate. There's so many hateful people in this world. And all the person said is, stop scamming the people and stop robbing. But that's considered hate. You see how that works? Wow. That's crazy. That's just like if me making this video, you'll have people that'll say, oh, I'm a horrible person because I should have sympathy for him. He got robbed. You never know. That's not right. Wow.
You can't pay attention to them. There's so many hateful people in this.
How is that hateful? By them questioning who you are and your motives. That's not hate. That's them expressing their opinions and their views, and they have a right to do that. If you're a man of the cloth, you should be prepared for criticism. Obviously, you're not.
World. There's some people out here. We could have been talking about my funeral arrangements or somebody in my church funeral arrangement.
I don't care about that. Let's go.
Right? But
let me tell you something. Let me tell you how I know you're not a good pastor or bishop or whatever the case is. By the pure fact that you up in the church with $400K worth of jewelry on you and an incident like this took place where somebody actually pulled up in the church to rob you, you could have put the people in your church at risk because of your lifestyle. So you're not protecting the people in the church. You're a horrible person. You understand me? You're a horrible person, a horrible bishop. You're not responsible, because if you were really responsible for the people, you wouldn't be wearing $400K worth of jewelry up in the church. You would not be doing that. You would not be up inside of the church with a so-called Rolls Royce parked outside. You would not have your wife blinged out while other women in the church is struggling. By you having all of them jewelry and having the money and all this other stuff, and the people are in the church, you put your congregation at risk of death. Yeah. So you're a horrible bishop, and people should hold you accountable for your actions. Real talk, fam. Let's go.
Everybody has life. And then we still have people that want to post and talk about stop scamming the church.
Stop scamming the church. Why are you worried about that for? If you're not scamming the church, why do it bother you when people say stop scamming the church? Why does that bother you? Because you know you're scamming the church. Let's go.
And everybody that's connected to my ministry knows what we do there.
We don't care.
How we give.
Yeah, whatever.
How we give.
Really?
How we bless the streets and how we bless the community.
No, it's business. You're a business. Church is big business.
So y'all not going to tear me down by your childish thoughts. I'm going to stay focused. I don't care about the noise.
Whatever.
But to the women of my ministry, to see tears in your eyes.
I don't want to hear this no more. Let's go. Fast forward.
You'll be able to get scriptures and you'll be able to sign up for the world baptism. My phone just keep ringing and that's why I keep falling. I'm sorry. But We're having the world baptism, August the 13th. It's going to take 15 seconds to accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. If you want to sign up for baptism, go onto the app.
I don't want to hear this mess no more, fam. Anyway, I'm going to have to go throw this now into my editor because while I was streaming, he had a baby in the damn video. And I don't want nobody's baby inside of my video. It's just out of respect. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, no disrespect to him. It's just that I don't put children in my videos. I don't play when it comes to stuff like that. So I don't want that to literally happen. So if anything, when that part comes up, I would just put like a little, I guess something to cover the area, or I might just edit the whole piece out of it because I don't want no kids in my video at the end of the day. So that being said, fam, Black Male Advice TV, hope you enjoyed the video. At the end of the day, this pastor right here is a false prophet, false teacher. I don't believe a word he say. I mean, he's sitting around, you know, doing what he got to do, driving around in so-called Rolls Royces, right? Driving around in a Rolls Royce, you know what I'm saying? Blinged out, everybody blinged out, designer clothes, all this type of stuff up inside of the church, mind you. This is happening all in the church of God. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And you want me to feel sorry for you, fam? Nope. Anyway, fam, I'm out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100%